Ladies and gentlemen, you are not hallucinating. You are not dreaming. You are not in the 16th and 17th century, and you did not just eat bad grains and are hallucinating. I was just talking about The Witch with my dad and how like people back then were probably just hallucinating and there wasn't actually witches. But who knows? We are back. We've already gone on one tangent. The average film enjoyers are back. We apologize. We've been gone for a while. I got busy with finals and then the holidays, and it was just like we were just so busy. But we're back. You know, your favorite film podcast is back. We are back together. We got a big episode for you guys today. We're catching up on a few things. We're doing two. It's basically two for the price of one today. For IMDb, we're doing Kurosawa's Ron. We're doing The Truman Show. The mid show, in my opinion. We're doing... I can already see Jagger like... We're doing Judgment at Nuremberg. We're doing All About Eve. And then, guess what, people? Today, it's the beginning of our Marvel retrospective. So we're banging out Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, and Thor. It's going to be dope. We're going to talk about how Stan Lee plays Hugh Hefner. In Iron Man 2. Or I think it's Iron Man 1. Because he plays Larry King in Iron Man 2. Yeah, Stan Lee, the GOAT. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Before we get into it, please like, subscribe, da-da-da-da-da. You know all the things. Comment down below. We respond to every single comment. Yeah. Upcoming episodes. Next Wednesday. You guys can look forward to... I should have had my page pulled up. My bad. Next week, you can look forward to us talking about The Green Book and The Father for IMDb. And we're finishing off Phase 1 of Marvel with watching Captain America, the First Avenger, and The Avengers. It's going to be awesome. And then the week after, we will be discussing The Wolf of Wall Street and The Kid. And then we will be discussing Thor the Dark World and Iron Man 3. So, we got some good stuff coming up.
I'm going to be fighting for my life on that Wolf of Wall Street review.
What do you mean?
I love that movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I hate that movie for the same reasons I hate Fight Club.
Hey, well,
I hate that movie.
Trey, it's based on a real person.
Yeah, and it does this. It glorifies him. It's like, look at this guy. Oh, he's so cool. Let's have sex with a bunch of prostitutes.
Okay, but he doesn't really have that super happy ending.
How does it end again?
I'm trying to remember. He gets arrested, and then he's doing fucking seminars. But he loses all the good shit.
No, it's still glorious. We'll talk about him when we get there. My brain's still waking up. I took a nap. Alright? You know, it's just good to be back. We're happy to be back. Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen The Wolf of Wall Street. I was sober for maybe like 3 or 4 days when I saw that. I just remember it because I remember driving to the coast to pick up all my stuff from my cabin. And then driving back with my dad and me watching Wolf of Wall Street in the car and being like, that was pretty good. And then thinking about it later and I'm like, that wasn't very good. So,
Yeah.
Evan, you just might be wrong in this one, as
Yeah.
much as I hate to admit it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. What are we talking about first? I forget how this goes. How are we doing? This might be a rough episode
This is
because
gonna be a really
I've
rough
just just forgotten how to host.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
I'll kick it to Evan first. Evan, how are you doing? How are the holidays for you?
Holidays were
What you
good.
been up to?
Nothing. Watching some movies, playing video games. I beat Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. Those were
Hell
pretty
yeah.
sick. Yeah. I got Silent Hill 2 for Christmas. Played a little bit of that. Not too far into that yet.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking sick so far though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Christmas was fun. New Year's, great time. Beth got me a Lego set, so we watched rom-coms and I built Lego, so that was sick. Yeah, work still sucks, but that's okay.
Hell yeah.
Pretty basic.
Jagger, how about you?
Yeah.
How you been doing?
I've been good. The holidays treated me well. I watched Squid Game. I beat Astrobot. Yeah. I watched a bunch of movies.
Hell yeah. I gotta ask you. So, first of all, let me just say this: Jagger got me the world's greatest Christmas present.
Evan, have you seen this thing?
Yeah, I called him like after I opened it.
I haven't seen
and
it, but
after
you told me what it was, but I haven't seen it yet.
So
It was pretty cool.
So, Jagger apparently knows someone on the set of Terrifier 3.
I did.
Which, is it the guy who plays the kid, or the brother?
No, he lives like 15 minutes away from me, though. But
Yeah, and he was I looked at his letterbox page. He's in
Dude, I love
Pitchfork
him.
Retreat, too.
He's in that too. Yeah, no. It's the guy who plays the security guard in the mall.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jagger knows someone who works on the set of Terrifier 3. So, for Christmas, Jagger got me a signed piece of the actual script from Table Reads, signed by David Howard Thornton himself, and mailed it to me. And Evan, I gotta tell you, Jagger was like texting me before, like he's like, oh man, I really hope you like it. I don't know if you'll like this. And I opened it and I realized what it was, and I'm like, how the fuck would I not like this?
Because you hadn't seen it yet. You
That's
hadn't
true.
seen the third one.
And I did watch the third one, and spoiler alert, best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah, Trey
Oh,
Trey calls me. He's like, dude, I had this nightmare last night, and I was stuck inside of one of the Terrifier movies. And
Dude,
it's really
that
put
was
me
like
off
right
wanting to
after
go
it
see
came out.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I don't know if I want to see it, but also I kind of want to see it more. I was like, yeah.
And Trey sent me this awesome Jason Voorhees lamp.
It's
This
very
thing is
cool.
so cool. Yeah, I love that thing. Oh, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, it
I
looks
have
like he's chained to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, there it is. One more. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
it right under my Fantastic Planet poster. I love that thing.
And
Thank
then
you very,
Evan
very much.
finally got his package. I had to
did,
ship
I
it
did.
internationally, which really broke the bank.
It was a
I
bit
mean,
expensive.
Christ.
Yes.
Uh,
It's expensive for both of us, I'm assuming.
how much? What do you mean expensive for you?
Well, I had to pay duties on it.
You did? How much?
Yeah. $40.
Oh shit! You should have texted me.
Mm-mm. It's all good.
Oh.
Trey sent me
Okay.
a bunch of movies, and he sent me the Batman on 4K, so I can finally watch it in
Very cool.
not YouTube renting quality, because that is
Yeah.
not very good quality. I haven't watched.
And then
it,
I
but
think
I'm
I
very-
sent you Annihilation, the
You sent me
first two Lord of the
Annihilation,
Rings, and The
yeah.
Dark Knight, all on
Yes.
Blu-ray.
Very excited.
All
I'm happy
found
to
at
own-
Goodwill.
Hell yeah! Very excited to own the Dark Knight again.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen the theatrical cuts of Lord of the Rings. I've only seen the extended cuts, so now I can watch the originals when I don't have 4.5 hours to kill.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm doing good. Good Christmas. I got some good Christmas gifts, obviously. It's been nice having time off of school. I've been playing a lot of video games.
What are you playing these days?
You know, I just started a replay of Skyrim this morning.
Ooh.
I was like, it's time for another 2-week binge of Skyrim.
Nice.
So, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. This season of Fortnite has been a lot of fun. They just brought
Nice.
back the hunting rifle in
Ooh.
like regular battle royale, which has been fun. Because that's historically the best gun in Fortnite is the hunting rifle. You know,
I got hit with the like gaming rut where you don't know what to play and you play the first hour of like 50 different games and nothing's hitting.
yeah,
So-
I feel like I've been doing that.
I
know.
decided that I have the platinums for most of the From Software games, but I don't have them for Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3 because there's a lot of
Platinum.
grinding. It's like the 1,000 gamer score, like getting all the achievements.
Oh yeah,
So I'm like a quarter of the way through a Dark Souls 1 platinum run, and it's pretty fun. Those
Hell yeah.
games just inject serotonin.
yeah. I'm just like not. I'm taking a break from the Lego games run.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the middle of Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga. It's like the
Yeah.
newest one from 2021, and it is fucking massive. That is a
Yeah.
There is so much shit to do in that game. It
Yeah.
is
Me and
the hardest one to 100%.
my brother got me that for Christmas one year. It's so good.
It's really fun, but it is just huge.
How is Squid Games, Jagger? I haven't watched season 2 yet.
It's about as unserious as a season of television can get. It's really like the first season was really cool and mysterious.
Yeah.
They just went all out on making this as stupid as humanly possible. And they really they did it. It's dumb, man. It's a dumb season. But it's got some good stuff in it. Some of the
Nice.
new games they added are cool.
Nice.
So it's good. It's good.
I've been binging
yeah.
Lost. Me and Trey have been talking about it a lot. It's my first time watching it.
Have you ever
Trey-
watched Lost, Jagger?
No, I haven't. I've heard great things about it though.
Trey,
It's
dude,
incredible!
I got to an episode last night near the end of season 2, and
But they're like in the vault.
yeah, Trey, when Michael goes down and does that thing,
Jagger, mute us for a second.
Cool.
Are you good? Okay.
dude, when Michael, okay, spoilers for Lost season 2, episode like 19. It's
Is
the
it
end of
when-
season 2. When he
Wait.
goes down and he fucking kills Michelle Rodriguez, and then he
Yes,
shoots
dude!
Libby right after, and then he kills himself, or he shoots himself in the arm. What
Dude.
the fuck?
Because
Dude,
I liked Michael near the
Yeah.
beginning, and then you're like, who the fuck does this guy think he is?
yeah, dude, I was-
Crazy.
oh my god, my jaw dropped, and I had to go to bed right after that, and I was like, fuck. So
Dude, you're like, I have to watch another one.
yeah, so tonight we'll be finishing season 2 of Lost. Oh, dude, it's so peak so far. Season 2 is a banger. Okay,
It's immaculate, man.
yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get Jagger back. Jagger! Oh, I wish I had his phone number. We're good. There we go. We're done talking about Lost. But Jagger, you gotta watch it, man.
It's fucking awesome. It's so it's very easy to binge watch too. It's a super easy watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
All
shit
right.
bang.
Evan, hit us with the movie news.
Yeah, let's talk about. I feel like this will be the shortest conversation. The Batman Part 2 has been delayed a full year, ruining
fine.
what could have been the best year in movies ever with 2026. Because we would have gotten fucking Dune, we would have gotten The Odyssey, we would have gotten Batman Part 2. Ruined it.
It's fine.
Matt
Reeves needs to take as much time as he needs
also
to do
needs
to
to-
make a great movie.
He needs to tell us what's going on, though. I need some clarity here, because there's all this rumblings that's like, oh, is it going to get merged into the DCU at this point? What's going to happen? Is there, like, rewrites? Is there trouble? Like, is the script done? When is shooting starting? There's no information. There's not enough. Like, you need to give us something. Just a little bit. I'm very excited, but I'm getting worried and worried. Jagger, you're muted.
Jagger. Well, you know, I'm of the frame of mind that I am just like, take as much time as you need, Matt Reeves.
It's
to
like
make
that
the
old
perfect movie.
Hello.
I think it's Miyamoto. There we go.
There he
I think
is.
it's
Okay.
Miyamoto who said it. It was one of the Nintendo dudes. He said a rush game is forever bad. Or an unfinished game is forever bad, but a like delayed game will eventually be good or something like that. So like
Yeah.
it'll come out and it'll be amazing. Just
And we can only give the film bros so much leash in 1 year. Dune, The Odyssey, and Batman 2 would have brought the most insufferable wave of TikTok
Yeah.
videos.
it'd be so good.
Yeah, they might have died.
Yeah.
They greenlit Dune 4 too. What are we doing? I thought
I thought we were only doing a trilogy.
That's what he
Well, I mean,
said, and then they
How many
said they're
books are
doing.
there?
There's 6 books, but Denis said he was only doing. There's
The
more
first
books.
two.
He said he was only doing the first 2 books as a trilogy.
Well, I wonder if he's not going to direct the ones after it.
But also, like,
That
I
would
really
be
wanna
so terrible.
I want to see God Emperor Dune so bad on the screen. That would be crazy. So we'll see. Oh, also, we're getting Project Hail Mary in 2026, which is going to be the best movie ever made, because the book
is it?
is Project Hail Mary. This is
Not familiar.
it's from Phil Lord and Chris Miller, and it's an adaptation of a sci-fi book, and it is one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. It's my favorite piece of science fiction ever. It's fucking amazing, and the movie is gonna be insanely peak. I can't wait. You guys should read that book. It's amazing. It's from the guy. It's from Peter Weir, the guy who wrote The Martian,
Oh.
Is that the director?
and the director of The Truman Show. No, he wrote
Oh,
the books.
shit.
Yeah. So yeah, Batman, please come out and be good. Well, no, Superman. Let's talk about Superman, Trey. Kick it off. Don't.
You want me to kick it off?
Yeah, well, you're our resident Superman fan.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm on the way.
I do enjoy Superman. He is not my favorite superhero character. I think he's kind of a boring character because there's not really any like moral dilemmas, and he literally can't lose a fight because he's fucking Superman. So I think that's kind of boring. And he just always does the right thing every time. And I'm just like, all right, cool, dude. So you're just going to win every time. Nice. I just think that's kind of boring. But I do enjoy Superman movies. The original Superman movies with Christopher Reeve. I know Evan enjoys those. They're magnificent. They're excellent. That's the Superman.
I'll get to it in my watch list because, and they're not 5s, so I'll talk about it now. When this trailer came out, the trailer got me so hyped, and I'm so excited for this movie that I've watched both Superman 1 and 2 immediately after watching this trailer. And I fucking loved them. My exposure
because
to
they're
Superman,
good.
My exposure to Superman as a kid was watching the Bryan Singer Superman Returns and Zack Snyder's Superman. Bad representations of him as a character. So
Oh, I disagree. I think Man of Steel is the most interesting Superman.
it's the most interesting, but it's the least like comic accurate. Am I wrong there?
Yes. No, that's correct.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like I didn't have a faithful adaptation when I was growing up.
But that's because the Zack Snyder is like, it's a round character. It's not a flat character. You know?
That's why
he
he's the
actually
guy.
has dimensions.
Yeah. Well, Batman
Which is
beats
crazy to say about a Zack Snyder character.
Dude.
No, I think this looks promising, and I really want to be proven wrong. I just think that there is too much going on in this trailer that James Gunn is going to be able to fit it all and fit it well, all in under 2.5 hours. Which is, I believe, is something we heard about the runtime, is it's under 2.5 hours.
Really?
And I just think there's too many characters and too much going on in this trailer to be done well in under 2.5 hours. I would love to be proven wrong. That'd be sick, you know? And I have high hopes. I'm just like, I don't know, you know? So those are my thoughts. I think David Corenswet is going to be a great Superman. I watched Twisters for the first time this month.
Yes.
One of Jagger's favorite 2024 releases, amazingly. I really don't understand that.
Me neither.
I think it's great, though. I think it's great. David Corenswet is in that. And, you know, he just looks like Clark Kent, you know.
I wouldn't argue with Twisters 5. I wouldn't. Like, I'm just thinking about it
What do
right
you
now.
mean
I would not argue giving Twisters
I have
5
it.
stars.
What do you
Oh.
have it at, Evan?
4.5.
a low 4? The first one
Yeah,
obliterates.
Dude, the first one is so much better.
Yeah, the first one nukes it.
Philip Seymour Hoffman,
dude, you fucking get it. The first
I
one is
do
so-
get it!
The character dynamics in the first one are so much better. It's just-
Jonas!
it feels,
Son of a bitch!
yeah, it just feels more like less hokey and crazy, which is what the movie is going for. Like, these are just normal people; they're not superheroes. Like, you watch Roland Emmerich disaster movie, and you're like, okay, yeah, these people are superheroes, and it's like whatever. But that's not what Twisters.
Yeah.
I still thought it was very fun, but yeah, the first one clears it.
Agree to disagree.
But yeah, I'm excited. You know, I like that casting. I like
Yeah.
that Beck Bennett is in it. I think Superman All-Star has some weird but cool storylines that I think James Gunn could do really well.
I gotta start reading it.
It's good, man.
I'm really
It's not my
excited for
favorite,
it.
but it's good. But again, I don't really have any Superman comics that I like. Except for the Death of Superman. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Guy Gardner
That's-
looking.
those-
Dude, Nathan
Yeah,
Fillion,
that's
he's so
another huge problem I have. Is Guy
Really?
Gardner is such a cool character in the comics.
good. Isn't that
and
what
he
he
has
looks
a-
like in the comments, though?
He has a lot of different looks in the
Okay.
comics
Gotcha.
that he rotates through. And they choose the worst one. Bro, it sucks. And I really don't understand the choice there. Yeah, those are my thoughts.
Heck yeah.
Like I said, very, very excited for it, personally.
Yeah.
The only Superman anything I've seen is the animated series, and I liked that.
You haven't
haven't seen
seen
it.
the Zack Snyder ones?
No.
Oh, dude. They're so good. I can't believe Trey hasn't forced you to watch Batman versus Superman. Ultimate Edition.
You tried.
Oh,
You
dude,
know,
it's-
I haven't done
after
it.
me forcing him to watch Tron Legacy, I've kind of given up on forcing him to watch my favorite movies.
Fair
Hey,
enough.
Tron Legacy is a movie that exists.
It's a good
One of the
movie.
best movies that exists.
That's true.
One of the best.
Any more movie news, Evan?
Yeah, the Odyssey. We got to talk about it. We got
Oh, yeah.
fucking baited, or maybe strewn, just like caught up in rumors. First, it was a vampire movie, and then it was a helicopter movie. But no, Christopher Nolan is directing an adaptation of the Odyssey.
Well, that's kind of weird because The Return just came out.
Yeah. The
With Ray
Return,
Fiennes,
I've
which I really
heard
want to see.
only Dan talk about it. I haven't heard anyone else talk about it. Maybe I'm on the
Which
wrong
is like
side.
an Odysseus movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about like when he comes back to Ithaca.
Watch that.
But
Um,
I'm saying this now so I can get it out of the way because I know you two are both going to disagree with me. I'm going to see it. But I can think of few things I want to watch less than a Christopher Nolan Odyssey movie. I don't know what the runtime's going to be. I fear for my life with the fact that this movie is going to be incredibly boring. But then again, maybe I'll be wrong.
boring?
Maybe.
What do you mean?
You can
Have read
accuse Christopher Nolan of a lot of things. You can accuse him of a lot of things. One thing you cannot accuse him of is being boring.
Wait, have you read the Odyssey?
And that too!
I read quite a good chunk of it for school. I had to.
It's not a boring poem.
It's not a boring poem.
It's incredible.
You know what
Dude,
else
it
isn't
fucking
boring?
rules.
American Prometheus was not a boring book by any means. However,
Don't say what you're about to say. Don't. Moving
know,
on.
pretty boring
Moving on.
movie.
The Odyssey, that sounds dope. Moving on.
Watching Christopher Nolan somehow use practical effects to create the Cyclops and do all this fucking amazing shit without CGI is going to be a monumental achievement. I cannot wait. The cast is stacked as shit. Oh my god. Bro, this is the coolest thing he could have done. Nolan is just in his bag. Like, this movie is going to change lives. It's going to be like 4.5 hours long. I'll be seated for all of it. Do the Iliad next. Troy is a mid movie, so get us a good adaptation of the Iliad.
Troy was very good.
Troy is
What
like
are
a
you
3.5.
talking about?
It's so.
Oh,
okay.
3.5's fair, but it's not bad. Troy was good.
This, yeah, the Odyssey is going to be a fucking masterpiece. I cannot wait. I love Greek myth. I love the Odyssey. I love the Iliad. It's going to be so fucking good, dude. I can't wait. Yeah.
In other news, like 2 weeks until The Brutalist comes out. I'll be scared.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go see it in 70 millimeter.
I hope I get to
Lucky.
see it if I ever get a fucking screening.
I
Jagger,
tried
thought
to
you
get
had
tickets.
I thought you
I
had tickets
tried.
for New Year's. Oh.
I did. I tried, and when I logged on the hour the tickets were released, and they were sold out in AMC Lincoln Square.
Damn.
They were completely sold out, and they're sold out until, like, when you're able to buy tickets up until. You can't get tickets to this movie. But as soon as it releases in my local theater, which is in 2 weeks, I'm going to have the tickets.
There's one theater in Canada playing this movie.
Yeah, there aren't there, like, 4 theaters nationwide or something like that? Like, there are, like, 4 or 5 theaters.
It's ridiculous. We have a 70
Playing it.
millimeter projector too.
Well, the Hollywood Theater is playing it, and tickets are only $20.
I'm gonna fly.
Oh, lucky.
I'm
And
fine.
I have a student membership with the Hollywood Theater, so I'm gonna get tickets for like $11.
I can't wait to go see it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
My aunt saw it. Or not my aunt, my like great aunt, my grandma's sister. She goes to SIF every year, or no, TIFF. She lives in Toronto,
Mhm.
and her friends went and saw The Brutalist. She said it's incredible. She texted me and she was like, "You need to watch this movie." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." I definitely will. I can't
I'm
wait.
very excited.
That's like it's gonna top my 2024 list. I already know.
Dude, that movie's gonna sweep the Oscars.
Oh,
you know,
100%. It's going to be that Amelia Perez
I
and
hope so.
Wicked. I'm calling it right now. It
Dude,
is going to be the
God.
brutalest Amelia Perez.
I haven't even seen Amelia Perez yet, and it's
It
gonna
is
be a hate watch.
rough.
Jagger,
Oh,
did you see
God.
that Challengers got snubbed from the BAFTA long list for like everything, including score?
That's I mean,
Crazy.
if anything,
Dude, did you
It's
see
crazy.
Dune 2 got snubbed?
Yeah.
Well,
Can we quickly talk about the fact that Queer is a better score than Challengers?
you're the only one who's seen it, so
Who's seen
Yeah.
what?
Queer.
I haven't seen it yet. I listened to the score though.
You
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I have to.
That's insane.
I have to speak my truth right here, Jagger.
Mhm.
Listening to an entire movie score before you've seen the movie is crazy work. That is,
I listened to the
like,
brutalist score too.
I saw that TikTok you made, and I was like,
Yeah.
"This is fucking insane, dude!" Like, doesn't
No,
that
it's
take
not.
you out of the movie? Like,
No,
'cause
not
you
at
can-
all.
You can feel the thematic like element of the score. Oh
No, but
that's
half
crazy
of the or there like a good chunk of the Queer score is like it goes into because the guy Trent Reznor, he is 9 Inch Nails, right?
Yeah.
him and
Yeah.
Atticus Ross, yeah.
Yeah, they're 9 Inch Nails. You can feel it in the score of Queer. Completely shockingly, that movie has
Dude,
quite a bit of 9 Inch.
Jagger,
Nails.
you're too young to get not how big 9 Inch Nails was.
I don't get how big they were, but I've listened to the music, and you can feel it in that score, which I was not expecting. Great score, fantastic.
Dude,
But-
one of the best 9 Inch Nail needle drops of all time is the opening of 7 and Closer Plays Trey.
That is true.
That's good shit.
Yeah,
Should we do
I'm
Diary?
Yeah. Queer's coming to VOD in like 2 weeks.
yeah, it's coming very
Finally
soon.
watch it. I'm very excited.
All right. All your 5-star movies of December.
Yeah.
Here we go. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Okay.
Okay.
Judgment at Nuremberg. We're gonna talk about it. Fucking amazing movie. Loved it. 5 stars. Watched Before Sunset again. It's the best romance movie of all time. Best trilogy of all time. Best ending of all time. It's a masterpiece.
Is that the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's a perfect movie. One that I did not give a 5, but I almost did. I want to shout out Under the Skin. Dude, that's a very cool movie. Really, really good. That was my like third Jonathan Glazer, I think. I want to watch more. Sexy Beast, also really good. Trey, he made a movie called Sexy Beast, and it's pretty much like a Guy Ritchie heist movie.
Hell yeah.
It's good.
Wait, is Under the Skin the one with Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
The alien one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I know what movie
Yep.
that is.
Yeah. People are like, you never seen this? I was like, well, I've seen parts of it.
You said it, not me.
Yeah. That's a universal experience right there. Yeah, next, shout out to it's been a while. We haven't recorded. Still shouting out Remy, the GOAT. He knows the affliction that I have for coming of age movies. He has it even more than I do. He watched this movie and sent me a link to it. I don't know how he found it. I was like, where can I watch it? And he was like, hold on. So he uploaded this movie to a Google Drive account just so I could watch it. It's called Young Hearts, and it is amazing. It's a queer coming of age movie. Jagger, have you seen Close?
Hold on, that sounds really familiar.
Is that
You'd
the
know
Todd
it-
Haynes movie?
No, that's Closer.
Oh no, I was thinking of Close to You. That's the Elliot
Okay.
Page movie. I have not seen Close. No.
Young Hearts is like, I mean, a lot of these, especially queer coming of age movies, are very heavy and depressing, and this one is not that. It has such a heartwarming ending, and the last like half hour is just like pure feel good. I adored Young Hearts. I thought it was amazing. It's really, really good. Yeah. One I want to shout out. I didn't give it a 5, but you know what? Juror number 2, pretty freaking awesome. Highly recommend that. I did a lot of 2024 movies in December. So, yeah. I rewatched Interstellar. It's
Hell yeah.
it's good. It's so good. I love it. Watched Home Alone for the first time.
Peak.
Yeah.
You've never
It's-
seen it?
Nope. It was
Oh,
not
man.
my family's Christmas movie. I loved it. I had a grin on my face the entire time. Loved it so much. The next day, I watched Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Loved it. So good.
Dude,
5 stars
Daniel,
as well.
I don't know how Daniel Stearns doesn't die in Home Alone 2.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
starting off with getting pelted in the head with like 10 bricks.
Yeah.
Good lord.
The head trauma in Home Alone 2 is crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Yeah, 5 stars. Then I rewatched Long Legs. Hadn't seen it in a while. Still a 5. Still a banger. Love it. After that, Trey, it's time. Or do you want to talk about Carry On later?
No, let's talk about it now.
Yes. This is a new Netflix original directed by the guy who did... he's got some misses, but he did a lot of the Liam Neeson action thrillers that we love nonstop. The Commuter.
This is true.
Don't worry about Black Adam.
Yeah.
This Carry On is so much fun, dude. Taron Egerton, he kills it. Jason Bateman is so good as a villain. I almost started Ozark again just because I wanted to see more serious Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
He's so entertaining in this movie. He's just a sick little fuck. There's a it's so CGI'd, but there is a single take action scene in a car that had me just smiling like a little kid. It was so funny and hype. Trey, you know what scene I'm talking about? Yeah, when the cop is in the car and they're fighting, just tearing up the highway.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, sick ass scene. Carry On is extremely fun. Loved it so much.
It's so good.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And not only hold on. There is one guy in it who I just saw in another movie. Theo Rossi, who is like the guy in the van. Evan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just watched Emily the Criminal, and
Oh,
he's
nice.
in that, and he's really good.
That's a cool movie.
Yeah, I just love Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, peak. Watch Carry On. Netflix made a good movie. It's crazy.
That's true. Dean Norris is getting typecast for the rest
Oh
of his
my
life.
Dude, he's literally Hank in that movie. Yeah.
He's Hank in everything he's in.
And everything, yeah.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
Yep. Next, watch Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter. Masterpiece. So, dude, Chapel Roan comes out and they sing Last Christmas together. Scene of the year. Incredible shit. It was already a 5 for Chapel Roan, and then it was just like, good shit. Watched a lot of Christmas movies. Dude, I watched Deck the Halls. What a crazy ass movie.
Oh, is that
It's the Danny DeVito Matthew
Danny
Broderick
DeVito, Matthew
one.
Broderick? Yes. Oh, what a movie.
Really, really fun. Another one that I was really, really close to giving a 5 that I didn't. Song to Song, Terrence Malick. This one's really interesting. It's like very Terrence Malick-y, like just watching shit unfold, watching people's lives unfold. The cast is insane. Ryan Gosling, Rooney Mara, Michael Fassbender, Natalie Portman, Kate Blanchett, Holly Hunter, Val Kilmer. Iggy Pop shows up in one scene, Trey.
That's weird.
Yeah. Because it's set against the it takes place at like Austin city limits at a bunch of scenes.
Oh shit.
And they filmed it at the actual thing, so Flea is in it, like the entire Red Hot Chili Peppers are there, and they do these like mini interviews during the movie, and then it goes into this cool love triangle thing. It was amazing. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I want to watch it again before I give it a 5. Yeah. After that, I watched After Sun, and I saw the TV Glow back to back. You know, it was a day. They're amazing. Yeah. Then finally watched Anora. Best $25 I've ever spent. It was so good, dude. It was so good. Yeah. The third act is so fucking amazing. I think the second act gets a little. It's not my favorite. Like, it's my least favorite part of the movie. I gave it a 5. That's like not saying anything that it's bad, but yeah, the last 30-40 minutes is amazing. The 28-minute house invasion sequence is just like pure cinema, dude. It's so entertaining. Fucking Mikey Batson, she's so goated. Give her the Oscar. Give her the Oscar.
What would you qualify as? Or Trey, can you mute us for a second?
It's fine.
Okay. What would you qualify as the end of the second act? Because I'm trying to figure out what you consider.
It's just like
second act.
the whole chase sequence, like not chase, but like them in the car. It's that thing of kind of the
Where they're
same
like just
scene
going around.
Yeah, when they're
Yeah.
just looking for him, and it was like once they found him is when it like the emotional hook started hitting again.
Okay.
Because like
Yeah.
I enjoy. I think it's a very entertaining sequence watching them like look for him, but also like it's mainly you in the background watching her and Igor grow.
Oh man, the final scene of that movie, fantastic.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Trey, you gotta watch it. It's amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
5 stars. It's my number. Let's see. Number 2 of the year. Yeah, really good. It's a banger. Okay, after that, watched A Christmas Prince. This is a yearly classic for me. Fucking love this movie. It's not very good, but I love it. Watched The Muppets Christmas Carol. Another classic banger. I'll save that one. Watched A Christmas Story. That's my Christmas Day movie every single year since I've been born. It's so good. I love it so much.
You know, I've never seen that.
Dude, Trey, it's so good, but you're gonna watch it and you're gonna be like, are you a racist? Because the movie ages horribly. It is so
Christmas Story. Yeah.
Dude, Trey, so at the end of this movie, they end up in a Chinese food restaurant for Christmas because everything goes wrong. And the owners of the restaurant
I forgot.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the owners of the restaurant are like, go sing some Christmas carols. So they're eating Peking duck and they fucking smoke the head of this duck off, and then they're singing fa ra 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 ra, and they sing it exactly like that. For like 5 minutes straight. It's so funny, dude. Yeah,
Oh.
classic. It has not aged well though. Yeah, fucking hilarious. I watched another 2024 release, The Order. If you like Sicario, if you like Hell or High Water, if you like Wind River, shit like that, you'll love this movie. This is a gritty thriller starring Nicholas Hoult, Jude Law, about Jude Law as a cop trying to take down a terrorist cell of white supremacists trying to commit terrorist attacks based on a true story. Very heavy, very intense. I thought it was amazing. The cinematography is fantastic. The score is so good. Jude Law, amazing. Nicholas Hoult as a raging racist, very weird. Especially after seeing him be a little cuck boy in Nosferatu.
Dude, he is the ultimate cuck in that movie.
Yeah. That was the one I skipped, so do you want to talk about it? We'll talk about it at the end of all the diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Now I'll go, and then we'll wrap back to you, Trey, and then we'll do Nosferatu.
Sounds good.
Okay. So my 5s in December, and I have a couple ones that I want to mention as well that were high 4.5s for me, but only a few. Clockwork Orange, 5. I Saw the TV Glow, 5. Pickpocket, I give a 4.5. This is Robert Bresson. Very high 4.5. Really fantastic film. Bling Ring, 5. Sofia Coppola's best film. Treevenge, 5. It's a short film about trees, like Christmas trees, that get revenge on the people that cut them down. It's great. Treevenge again. Oh, Treevenge
yeah.
again. Wow. Okay. Election 5. I showed this to Toby. I think this movie's fantastic. Really, really great stuff. The Little Drummer Boy. This is one of a few. Or do I have any other 5s for the Rankin Bass? I don't think I do. Yeah, Little Drummer Boy. Amazing, amazing. Saltburn 5. That was my 28th watch of it. Challengers 5. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer 5. That's my other one, but that wasn't directed by Rankin Bass. They just produced it. Pee-wee Herman's Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas Special. That's a 5 for sure. Friday the 13th Part 2, because it was Friday the 13th in December.
You have that movie at a 5?
Yeah, it's
Damn.
the best in the series.
No, it's
That's
not.
not
Jason, 6 or 5, whatever Jason Lives is, that's the best one. That movie fucking rocks.
Also, not true. Jason X.
Oh,
Okay,
come on.
Jason X
What are we
has a very good kill, but the rest of it is not that good.
What? You don't like watching Jason Voorhees be turned into the Terminator?
No,
It's
yeah, I
dope.
do, but I think that the this is my thing. Is like, yeah, it's a fun ass movie. I think that Friday the 13th 6 is a legit good movie, though. Anyway,
Heretic. Heretic was a 5 for me. Heretic was
Heck yeah.
absolutely fantastic. One of the best screenplays of the year, by all means. Really great stuff.
dude, the fucking oh shit, dude, the board game scene.
Yes.
It's
Oh my
so
god.
entertaining, bro. He was in his bag. Hugh Grant's so good.
Good Boy. Another high 4.5. A movie about a lady that goes on a date with a guy she met online, and when she gets to his house, she finds out that he's really wealthy, but he has a man living in his house as a dog. Like, dressed fully as a dog.
Where do you find this?
Tubi, man.
Hmm.
And
Gotcha.
then something happens, things go off the rails, you gotta see it, man. It's so good. High 4.5. Just a quick mention to Amelia Perez at 1 star. The Mean One, 4.5. I love. Love Lies Bleeding, 5. Grease, 5. I got to pick 2 movies to watch with my family on my birthday, and we did Wicked, and I requested Welcome to the Dollhouse. Wicked was a 1, Welcome to the Dollhouse was a 5. Polar opposite ends of the spectrum.
What did your dad think of Welcome to the Dollhouse?
He said that he likes it, but it's a little bit weird for him. Which,
I still think of that as one of my best recommendations.
yeah, man. What a great pick. That sent me down the whole Salon's filmography, that movie.
I know, I remember.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. Challengers, 5, again. Cleo from 5 to 7, high 4.5, Agnes
I
Varda.
really want to watch it.
Great stuff. Really great stuff. The Nightmare Before Christmas, 5. Jackass the movie, 5. Challengers, 5. The Ref, in my opinion, is one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. Have you seen this, Evan?
The Ref?
With Dennis Leary and Kevin Spacey?
No.
Oh my god, man. It's about
Sounds
a
kinda
robber
fake.
that breaks into the house of a really dysfunctional couple. Oh, it's amazing. It's so funny.
I put it on the watch
Chris-
list.
Christmas Story, a 5 for me as well.
Fuck yeah.
Fanny and Alexander, 5. Christmas vibes this movie has.
Dude, it's so good.
Somewhat. It's great. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, and Twisters are both high 4.5s. Really both amazing.
Yes.
A Complete Unknown. This is my pick for Best Picture. I know it's never going to win, but it's my pick for it. I mean, of all
Bohemian
of...
Rhapsody won.
I mean, true. Of all of the movies that I loved this year, I saw the TV Glow Challengers, We Live in Time are my top 3 of the year. None of those are going to win Best Picture, so my Best Picture pick is Complete Unknown. It is wonderful. 100 out of 100. 0 complaints at all. It is fantastic. The Bellatar Macbeth is one of the biggest letdowns ever, maybe. I was really, really excited to watch it. I finally got the chance to watch it, and it is entirely one take. it's just one long take, but Bellatar really didn't care at all. So you can like hear the camera zooming in and out, and when they need
No
to do a
way,
transition
really.
and like move things around, like people with trumpets will run up to the screen and start playing while things move around in the background. It's really bad, man.
This guy is such a fraud. What a hack. I hate him
It's
so
really-
much. Jagger, you still gotta watch the Turin horse. God, what a snooze fest.
Oh, I love him so much. He's one of my favorite directors. I love the guy. Yeah, I think Macbeth was a big letdown. It's the worst in his filmography. Family Nest was good though. I might move that up to a 3.5. I really liked it. Diary of a Country Priest is another Robert Bresson film. I considered putting this in my top 4. This movie is absolutely splendid. I can't really explain it, but the movie does not exist. It's not on pirating sites. It's not on streaming. This movie is nowhere to be found. I had to get the DVD. The DVD was not cheap. But man, what a fantastic movie. Yeah, that, in my opinion, perfect film. Don't Look Back, I have at a 5. It's the documentary about Bob Dylan. Have both of you seen House That Jack Built?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know that thing where he holds up the cards and he's like tossing them?
Yeah.
That's from this movie. I don't know if either of you have seen it.
Hmm.
It's really good. It's really, really good. Chunking Express, 5. 400 Blows, 5. And Seventh Seal, 4.5. Just a little mention for it.
All right,
Yeah.
you done?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really tired.
Oh, good.
All right, here we go. Rewatch Zodiac, 5 stars.
Fuck yeah.
Watched Obvious Child with Jenny Slate, 4.5 stars. Really, really good rom-com. Rewatched Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, 5 stars. Incredible. Might be the best Harry Potter movie. Watched Oddity. Evan, you have something you want to say?
Yeah, watching Ron be a little bitch boy for 45 minutes is immediately disqualifies it.
He's always a little bitch boy.
Yes, he is. But he's not the forefront. And then they're like, here.
What'd you think of Oddity, Trey?
Oddity was incredible. 4.5 stars. I loved it.
Really?
I thought it was so good. And boy, did it have some creepy scenes.
Yeah. It's sick. Did you not like it, Jagger?
I was less than a fan. I think I gave it a 2.5 or a 3.
Damn.
That's crazy. But yeah, Oddity was great. Let's see. Rewatch The Exorcist, 5 stars.
You guys gotta watch The Exorcist 3.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Watched Filth with James McAvoy.
I've
Incredible.
heard good things about that.
4.5 stars. Great Christmas movie. I watched Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. 5 stars. Jagger, have you
It's
seen
so based.
Caddo Lake?
I haven't. You told me to watch it, and it's high up on my watch list. I've just been
Evan, have you watched it yet?
I watched 45 minutes of it and fell asleep. But not because it was bad. It was because I was tired.
You dick. You guys need to watch it. It's incredible. It's one of the best twists I've seen in a long time.
Wow.
And then I watched. Skip these. Oh, so many 4 stars. Oh, The Northman for the first time. Me and my dad watched that.
Yes.
Shit is peak, dude. My dad is like a Robert Eggers fanboy now.
Oh,
But yeah, Northman is dope. Literally like a half hour finishing it, I bought the 4K off Amazon. And then I watched Terrifier 3. Incredible.
Yes.
I rewatched Paranorman. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's a Leica Studios movie. Have you
I
got
saw it as a
Paranorman?
kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really great. Carry On, we already talked about. Shout out to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Honestly, not that bad.
Didn't it have like a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes
Dude,
for a
it
while?
had such high fucking reviews, and I went into it expecting a good movie, and I was so disappointed and bored. Better than the first one.
Not that bad. It is better. The first one is hard to watch.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I like the first one.
It's so bad.
Especially that scene where Winnie the Pooh basically sexually assaults a woman and then throws her in a wood chipper.
Yeah, brutal. Crazy work.
Like, I'm like, there's no need for you to rip her shirt off. I mean, come on, guys.
God damn.
This isn't a 4.5 or a 5, but I want to shout it out. Christmas Bloody Christmas. Really fun, low budget Christmas horror movie. About a robot Santa that goes on to murder like a whole town. You guys should check it out. That one's good for like all year. And then I watched Ambulance. Golly.
What a movie, dude.
Isa Gonzalez, Have My Babies. And yeah, this entire
Jagger,
movie
have
just
you
made
seen it?
I don't think I have. No, I saw
Dude,
some.
it's the
camera
Michael
work,
Bay one.
Dude,
Dude,
the camera work is so Jagger. So Michael Bay
the
discovered
camera work
drones.
makes my dick hard.
Yeah,
Let's be
for real.
honest.
Michael Bay discovered that
Oh.
drones are a thing for this movie.
The
so he
Guilty is
hired-
the one I shut off. Okay.
Oh yeah.
What? How?
That movie was bad.
Oh, fuck you.
That's crazy. Yeah, Jagger. So Michael Bay discovered that drones exist when he was making Ambulance, and he hired a world record drone racer. This kid, like a 15-year-old kid, to fly these drones for the camera shots, and they're flying under exploding cop cars. It is sick. I saw it in
So cool.
I saw it in D-Box where the seats move, and I felt like I was on a fucking roller coaster. It is so sick.
Yeah, that whole movie, Jake Gyllenhaal is just yelling the whole time, and it's great. It's
Oh, so
it's
it's a
really
Michael
good.
Bay movie.
Yeah,
It's
Gotcha.
it's so much fun. There's a surgery scene in this movie that I genuinely did not believe when I was watching.
it's wild.
Are you gonna watch it, Jagger?
Huh?
If you're not gonna, are you gonna watch it? Because if you're not gonna watch it, I'll tell you what happens in this scene.
Oh, just tell me. I might watch it.
Okay,
but-
so-
Okay. The plot is these two bank robbers that are brothers take hostage this ambulance, and in the ambulance is an EMT played by the beautiful Isa Gonzalez, who's in Baby Driver, and this cop who one of the
shot.
brothers shot. And she's trying to remove the bullet, and she's working with his spleen.
Okay,
And-
but first off, she is FaceTiming doctors on a golf course, talking her through how to take a bullet out of a spleen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Dude.
And
they
they're
got
like, don't-
and
They literally go, don't let the spleen burst. The next second, just, and blood just shoots up. Score cuts out, and they're both sitting there like, and then the score comes back in, and they're like, oh, fuck.
Funny. And then
It's so good.
she takes her hair clip out and clamps this dude's spleen with
the hair clip.
Dude, it is so entertaining, bro. It's such a fun movie.
movie sounds
just-
terrible.
It is so well shot, though. So
Okay.
It is really well
it looks
shot.
amazing. And Jake Gyllenhaal is so he acts like he was ripping lines of cocaine between takes. He's so energetic and just cracked. It's really fun. Like
It's so true.
it's really-
This movie's so goofy. But I love it.
Okay.
So after Ambulance, Oh, rewatched The Hangover, 4.5 stars.
Fantastic.
The line, no, counting cards is not hard. The guy in Rain Man did it, and he was a retard. God, Evan. But when he calls the guy from Rain Man a retard, I don't condone the use of that word. But Zach Galifianakis' delivery in that scene is so good.
Do you support pagers? I'm not getting a SIG on my beep.
Do you guys have a cell block? There's a phone in your room. That should work.
It's so
dude,
I love it.
classic.
So much. Yeah.
After that,
dude, I've tried to show Beth The Hangover 3 separate times, and the first time I showed it to her, she fell asleep after 30 minutes. The second time I showed it to her, she fell asleep after an hour, and then the third time I showed it to her, she fell asleep after an hour and a half. So she's seen like 30-minute increments of this movie and never the whole thing.
That's crazy.
I have the first 2 Hangovers on Steelbook. The third one I just had.
Hell yeah!
Don't worry about that.
Good movie.
And then I watched Pete Holmes, Nice Try the Devil. Fuck you, Jagger. Pete Holmes is the funniest stand-up comedian out there. Jagger, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Pete Holmes is so good.
He's better than Jim Gaffigan. At least there's that.
That's crazy. Jim Gaffigan is great.
Okay.
Right.
Did you see the new Nate Bargatze one?
Yeah, it's great.
It's good.
All of Pete Holmes' specials are better than Nate Bargatze specials, though.
Okay. All right.
It's the truth. Dark Knight Rises, 5 stars. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, again, 5 stars. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, 4.5 stars. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the one with Jim Carrey, 4.5 stars. Midsummer, 5 stars.
This was the director's cut, right?
Yeah. It's like over 3 hours.
Yeah, I really want to see it.
Yeah. Doubt with Philip Seymour Hoffman and Meryl Streep, 4.5 stars.
Yeah, watch
really
that one
good.
in school. Trey, I watched that movie in religion class. Isn't that kind of crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Studio 666. Incredible.
Wow.
So fun. Because none of the Foo Fighters can act. Shout out The Wicker Man. Really good. 4 stars. Run all night. No, the original.
Fuck you.
What, you don't like The Wicker Man?
I haven't seen the original. I've only seen the Nick Cage one.
Oh.
You think what of the Nick Cage one?
Oh, it's hysterical. One of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Have you seen it, Trey?
No, I've only watched the original.
There's a scene where, a number of scenes where Nicolas Cage is dressed in a full bear costume and runs around punching women in the face. It is so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god. It's crazy.
Run All Night, 4.5 stars. And, alright fellas, it's time to talk about it.
Oh no!
Let me get my laptop charger really quick while you introduce this.
So, this year, this is a finer artsy film, so I'm putting my hands like this. This year, we got one of the most epic releases. A movie that might bring Oscars back to the horror genre. Because the horror genre hasn't gotten one of the big Oscars since Silence of the Lambs. And it might get one with this. We're talking about Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. Holy
Robert
fuck.
Eggers' masterpiece.
Robert Eggers' most disappointing film.
That's crazy. That's Jagger. You just like to hate things, don't you?
I love to love movies, but man, I'll tell you, I had high expectations for this movie, and even with my high expectations that I had, we got a fantastic takedown of feminism with good visuals and one good performance. And that's the whole end of it. Yeah?
There's so
Saying
much.
anyone
wrong
was
with
good
that
in this
statement.
movie other than Lily Rose Depp?
Dude, this Aaron Taylor Johnson hate needs to stop.
It's not just him. It's
down.
also Nicholas Hoult and Bill Skarsgård.
No.
Nicholas Hoult? He was
Bill
so
Skarsgård.
good!
What do you mean? Do you think that
Bill
Nosferatu
Skarsgård
performance
cooks
was bad?
so hard.
I think Bill Skarsgård was wildly miscast. I think that just
This will
because he
be
was
a
able to
spoiler
play...
discussion, by the way.
Yeah. I think that
Who-
just because he was able
who-
to play Pennywise...
Who
Yeah,
else could have played the Count?
No.
I'm not saying I know other people off the top of my head who could have. I'm just saying that I
Yeah,
think
you
that
know
other
why?
than his
You know
voice
why?
change-
Because Bill Skarsgård is the only one who could have pulled that off.
Yes.
And screw his stupid mustache. That thing ruined
Stop.
the whole movie.
Stop.
It ruined the whole movie.
You're nitpicking. You're just.
I'm not
at
nitpicking.
this
It
point.
took me
That
out
is-
of the entire
That's the definition of a
You
nitpick.
barely even see his
It's
fucking
not.
face for the whole movie.
I know, but you couldn't take him seriously, and he wasn't scary, and the writing was bad. The writing was bad.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Yes.
What do you think Bill Skarsgård's performance was missing then?
What do I think Bill Skarsgård's performance was missing? I'm saying this. I'm saying that although his voice was monotonous, and I appreciate it in that sense, he did not bring anything great to the table in this movie, and people glazing his performance I do not understand. Him, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Emma Corrin were all in this movie. They didn't add anything or take anything away from it. They just weren't good. They didn't do anything great at all. Nor did Nicholas Hoult. He didn't do anything great.
See, you're saying two different things. You're either not great, but you're good, or you're not good, you're bad. You can't.
I am
You
saying
can't.
Aaron Taylor Johnson was bad. Nicholas Hoult was not good. Bill Skarsgård was not great. And Emma Corrin brought absolutely nothing to this movie.
I
Okay.
can't even understand the Nicholas Hoult take.
I don't either.
He didn't do anything good. He didn't do anything exceptionally good.
He played the character perfectly. It's because the character is a fucking whiny little pushover. That's
And
that's
let
what
me
he did.
let me explain my reasoning, and I'm going to explain this cross-referencing with the first Nosferatu and also this movie itself.
Okay, but this is an adaptation.
It's an adaptation. I know. That's why I'm going to be mainly focusing on this. This film handles a lot in the themes of feminism and the female experience. That is what this movie is talking about. That
Yeah,
is
and we're
exactly
definitely the best people to be discussing that, right? The
I know.
feminine experiments.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. I talked about.
You know,
I've
fuck
talked
you.
about
I'm
this-
tired.
I've talked about this multiple times now. However, in this film, they talk about the fact that this woman, Ellen, is her name, wants out of her husband something that money cannot bring. She wants him. She wants love, and he discards her and her wants and her calling for help to make more money. He is taking on this belief that what a man needs to do is bring money to the house, and that's all that the woman wants. Very, very baseline stuff. And when he leaves, and she is struggling with this, she is taken advantage of by the Count, and she is essayed multiple times throughout the film.
She called out before he was even there, though.
Yeah, but she had been calling for help the entire time, and when he left, and when he was no longer supplying for her, and when she was not getting what she needed, she was taken advantage of. And
He
when
was taken
things started to
advantage
get
of
worse for
before
her,
he existed, though, or before Nicholas Hoult was even in the picture.
but what I'm saying, yeah, because she needed things that she needed love.
Yes.
That's what she wanted. That's what she was calling for. And when it was not being supplied to her as a woman, this happened to her, right? She was being taken advantage of. And when these things were happening, and when it seemed as though she was not getting the things that she was asking for, the men were not comprehending the fact that, oh, maybe it's our fault. Instead, they blame it on an illness, and they blame it on this, and they blame it on that. they do not come to the conclusion that it could actually be what it is. They are hiding this fact. They, in this movie, use Count Orlok as the thing that this thing, and they use the plague as this is what it has to be. But in this film, Aaron Taylor Johnson gives such a bad and cheesy performance, and Willem Dafoe brings a layer of comedy that I physically just do not understand in this film with its subject matter. I think that it's just Willem Dafoe for the sake of having Willem Dafoe there. And you will know, I am never one to complain about Willem Dafoe. I think that if you watch this movie with an outside perspective and don't look any deeper into it, Willem Dafoe's a fun little addition. But if you look at what this movie is actually trying to say, and what this story has been trying to say for some number of years now, it doesn't make sense to have this comedy in it. And, I mean, I know you can say whatever you want, call me a sicko, but the melodrama of this movie and its writing that is just so violently, what is the most this era sentence we can throw into this scene? And you've seen the jokes coming out of it.
That's fucking crazy, though. The Lighthouse does that way more than this movie does.
The Lighthouse does it way more than this movie does, but The Lighthouse feels significantly darker in tone. This movie has layers of comedy.
The Lighthouse does not feel darker in tone. The Lighthouse is fucking hysterical. Dude, that movie...
The Lighthouse is a borderline comedy.
Yeah. You're...
Not necessarily. And what I'm saying is that this movie is way self-serious.
Okay. Jagger, I'm not trying to discount the ideas that you're bringing up. I'm not trying to say that those aren't important ideas to be talked about in film and those aren't relevant issues. I'm saying you're reading into something that's not there.
Trey,
it's not
the discussed meaning of this movie since 1922.
You are just
saying the meaning
it,
behind this movie.
So you're describing the plot of this movie, and then you say the writing's bad, so it's a bad movie. But the writing isn't bad; it is reflective of the characters in the movie, and you just don't like it.
Hold on, let me talk. This is an adaptation of a movie. That doesn't mean those ideas might have been discussions of earlier adaptations of the original, of the one from... There was one in the 60s or the 70s, right?
Yeah, the first one looks like 79, yes.
I don't think those are the ideas that Robert Eggers is trying to bring to the forefront in this film. Because...
I agree with you. I don't either.
Because... First of all, let's look at this situation. You're saying that Lily Rose Depp, Ellen, tells her husband that she doesn't want him to go on this trip because she doesn't feel the need to have, like, money and all this stuff. She just wants to be loved. And Nicholas Hoult, I can't remember, Thomas? Is it Thomas?
Yeah.
Is that his name? He ignores her because he thinks that women only want these things, da-da-da-da-da. That's not the case.
The man
at
is
all.
He's doing what he thinks is right for his relationship.
Exactly. And Lily Rose Depp isn't like, I don't need all these things. I just want you to love me. I don't need these things. She is someone who has mental illness, has history of mental illness, of manic depressive episodes. It is talked about in this film. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. I'm not wrong. And then goes on to say, I had a dream where you left and everybody died. So you should probably stay.
What we're talking about is the male accusatory system. We're talking about men saying, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, and saying, oh, no, it's manic depressive episodes, because they want to confront the fact that they're the problem. That is why Robert...
How is Nicholas Hoult the problem in this movie, though?
Taylor Johnson
he's not the problem. What we're saying... What we're saying is that he's not the problem. They're not the problem. They don't think they're the problem. They're the naive people that are falling under the male archetypes.
They're not the problem. They don't think they're the problem because they're not the problem. That doesn't make sense.
What I'm saying is that they do not know that they're the problem. However, in this film, them disregarding their wives and sexualizing their wives, the corsets, whatever it may be, is the problem. That is what is the problem. That is why everything in this film is sexualized.
His wife.
There's no sexualization.
That's the whole point of the movie. That's what
There's-
Robert Eggers said, was that he wanted to add an erotic nature to the film.
This movie is barely erotic.
But
There's
that
one
was his
erotic scene.
point. His whole thing on the press tour is his sexualization of the story. That's the whole point.
It was sexualized like 30 years ago when Bram Stoker made the movie.
Yeah, but
That
please
is-
look at what Robert Eggers has been saying.
Or what
He wanted to
Francis
bring
Ford-
the sexy back to Dracula. He said he wanted to go back and read what they were trying to make vampires predating these things, and
But
they
that
were
already
viewed as
happened.
these sexual erotic figures. That's what he's been talking about. This was the purpose of the movie.
It's just not true.
I didn't read the
But-
press tour or listen to any of the press stuff, and I watched the movie, and I disagree with you.
Dude, look at all of the reviews saying, why was this movie hot? Most people,
Dude, that's
See-
just horny people on the internet.
and Robert Eggers is included in that?
I don't know. Like,
I'm
what
saying
I'm
that
saying
this
is that
has
this
been
movie...
the point of the movie for 100 years. And if you didn't view the movie as hypersexual, that's fine. I didn't either. I'm just saying that that's what this movie was made for. And my issue is that it doesn't do it right. Clearly, because neither of you two got it. That's what I'm saying.
But
That
that's
is
not
the
what
point
Robert
I'm getting
Eggers
at.
is trying to put across.
So
That's what Francis Ford
me
Coppola did.
relaying what he's saying, and you having not heard what
Show
he
me,
said.
show me,
telling-
show me
Yeah, okay.
where he said that, and
Hold on,
I'll be
hold on.
willing to say I'm wrong, but I'm just not saying that. I'm just saying that those are not the messages that I was
I'm not-
receiving a complete different set of messages.
You can tell me, but I'm not going to agree because film is subjective.
That's also
And
true.
That is nothing. That I got none of that in this movie. The let him watch scene is the only moment here, and it's because there's such a deep-seated connection with Orlok from the child, whatever, when she was a fucking teenager and called into the abyss.
Here.
To stick.
What would you say?
This is the first one that I could find. I have it saved. This is Bill Skarsgård talking about the movie.
Is the most misunderstood thing about vampires?
In the folklore of it all, they weren't sexy. They weren't these romantic, Twilight-looking things. So I think we're trying to bring it back to the myth, to the tradition.
He just said they weren't sexy.
They weren't sexy. They're trying to bring it back. Trey, come on, man. They weren't sexy. They
I'm
weren't
so confused by what you're saying. You're saying the point was to hypersexualize it, and then
Yeah.
he's saying they weren't sexy, so they're in the myth, so they're trying to. What?
This one.
Hold on.
Speaking of sexy
she-
vampires, given that vampires can kind of live forever, who do you think would win?
And now they're talking about Edward Cullen. That doesn't matter. Yeah, the point that I'm getting at is that this movie was meant to be erotic. It was meant to be really this hypersexualized version of the vampire story. It's been talked about by Robert Eggers, it's been talked about by Lily Rose Depp, it's been talked about by Nicholas Hoult, and it has been talked about by Bill Skarsgård throughout this entire press tour. I've been following the press because I was excited for this movie. This movie is what I was expecting it
Yeah, but
to
what
be
Bill
trying to say.
Skarsgård said doesn't even make sense. He
Well, she
says
said
that
what's the most
in the.
Okay,
misunderstood
that's the first
thing.
video I have saved. This what I'm saying is that that's one of many videos. Search it up, man. Do your research after we're done recording. This movie was meant to be sexual and erotic. That was the point of the movie. And watch OTS's video. He explains it really well as well. Go watch anyone's video. I'm telling you, man.
I don't know who that
This
is.
movie entirely missed what it was trying to say. And if you enjoyed it, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you liked it. I'm saying that from an analytical perspective, the themes that this movie was trying to talk about, it portrayed them incorrectly. It portrayed them in a way that clearly here, they completely missed the mark. And they completely butchered this story that has been around for 100 years. And Robert Eggers has been saying it's his passion project to get this thing right. And all he did was screw it up with comedy and a really poorly done dark tone. I think the opening scene of this film takes best opening scene from Longlegs. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Except I think after that, it's on a slow decline. And I think that the final shot of this movie speaks volumes. It's a
Okay,
really,
dude.
really great final shot.
Bad.
They do a lot of things right. That's why I gave this a 3.5. But there are a lot of things they do wrong, which is why I don't understand all the praise. Maybe
So-
it's the fact that they didn't portray their themes right, and people just aren't getting what they were
See,
trying
the thing
to
is me and
say.
Evan are just picking up on
Yeah.
different themes.
Here's my thing: is that this film is not a sexy thing like the Francis Ford Coppola one. It is a movie about connection and loneliness and what it can do to you, and in that sense, it exceeds and excels like to the highest degree, where you see what people do out of desperation to find some sort of connection. And
Yeah.
also, I think the Willem Dafoe brings comedic elements is a little overstated, like blown out of proportion, because there's like a couple scenes to me where he's cracking jokes. I just think that his character is like a bit goofier.
Yeah,
Like,
let's
he's
think
not-
about
he's
the
not
part
like-
where he tricks Nicholas Holt into sacrificing his wife and then is screaming like a maniac, burning basically a church down.
That's what I'm talking about. Is that like he's not sitting there cracking knock jokes and like people are like, "Oh my god, he's so funny." It's like the scene, the first time they go see him, yeah, it's an entertaining scene, and he's a goofball, and he's this weird, odd man, but that doesn't mean he's inherently like funny as shit.
Okay, now maybe I'm going to seem like a monster here, and it's fine if I do. Are you telling me that scene with Willem Dafoe burning down the church wasn't inherently funny?
No, it made me extremely uneasy and like genuinely fearful.
Oh, dude, I was
Yes.
chuckling.
Dude, the entire third act
Maybe
of this
I'm
movie,
the problem.
I was so
Maybe that's the issue. Maybe
Dude.
I'm the problem.
from the moment
Dude, the shot of him facing the grave with the 3 fires going might be the best shot of the year.
from the moment that the 3 nights thing started, I was just so on edge and nervous and stressed out. Like,
Oh, I didn't find any of it to be stressful or scary at all. In fact, I found the second act to be pretty boring. But maybe that's just me.
the
All right, let's move on. We're getting nowhere.
one last thing, Aaron Taylor.
One last thing.
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson's whole character arc, the way it starts, resolves his portrayal of grief, and just it hit so hard for me and worked so well. Also, do they have an Oscar for most dripped out guy of the year? Because man was suited and booted. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's true.
I thought his performance was spectacular, and
Agreed.
the way it all wraps up was so fitting for the tone of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a disappointing movie. They're releasing the director's cut on physical. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll move it down to a 3 for now. I don't think
Such a
3.5
bad take.
is justified.
This is such a bad take.
Such a bad movie. Let's move on.
Okay. God. Jagger,
Truman Show.
Truman Show. Let's argue again. This movie's bad.
You hate it more than I do. I think it's fine.
What do I have this at?
I was ready for a like twisty turny mindfuck type thing, you know, like really weird. It's not that weird. It doesn't have that many twists and turns. I didn't think it was surprising in a lot of scenes. It just felt very by the books, and like Jim Carrey's great. It's entertaining. It's funny. But it's just so it was exactly what I expected it to be.
No, Truman Show's a 5. I love Truman Show.
Why do you love it so much?
Why do I love it? I think this screenplay is fantastic. I think Cue the Sun is one of the greatest lines ever put to screen. I think... Oh, I'm blanking on his name. I mean, Jim Carrey is fantastic. I wasn't expecting this to be Twisty and Turny because it's not. And I mean, I watched this movie a while ago, and it blew my mind then. I don't know, I was like 9 or 10. It blows my mind just as much now. I think it's fantastic. I think the production design in that final moment with that wall and the stairs and the water, I think that moment is gorgeous. I just really love everything this movie has to offer. I have very few complaints about it. I think it works fine as a political commentary, social commentary, whatever you would like to call it. It's really just a good film through and through. I have very few complaints.
I think, for me, first, Jagger, that got really heated with Nosferatu. It's all opinions, man. It's all opinions. We love you.
Oh, I know.
The Truman Show. I think I have the same problems I have with Shawshank I have with this movie. It's boring. At every turn, Peter Weir makes the safe decision. There's no really risks taken. I think the cinematography is okay. Okay performances. Nothing really blows my mind here. I have this at a 2.5.
What's the one, guys?
Nothing really blows my mind here. Everything's just like okay. Like, I think Jim Carrey is better in, what's that one really shitty crime movie he's in, Evan? The number 13?
Number 23.
Number 23. I think Jim Carrey's better in the number 23 than he is in this. Which,
Damn.
Jagger, have you seen the number 23?
Years ago. I've seen every movie Jim Carrey was in up until Sonic 3.
Man,
I
number
watched that
23,
one.
man. That movie's kind of dope, if I'm being totally honest.
It was dope when I was like 12, so we'll see.
Yeah, Ed Harris. Ed Harris was splendid in this film.
Ed Harris is great in everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's just like, it's okay.
I could definitely understand the complaint. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is
It just
a
doesn't
personal
really...
one.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything for me.
That's cool.
Next one. You guys will take this one because I still haven't seen it. Akira Kurosawa's Ron. What did we think?
Not Kurosawa's best film, but a great film nonetheless. I think I have this like a 98 or a 99 out of 100. I love it. I mean, it's not Seven Samurai. It never will be Seven Samurai, but you can't compare them. They're incomparable films. Color, incredible. Story, incredible. Just really great film. Through and through.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a couple months, but it's my favorite Kurosawa. It's immaculate. The power dynamics, watching all these, like this family just implode. It's wickedly entertaining, super intense. The visuals are insane. It's like, it feels fake how good it looks. I don't know how he got it to look the way it does, but
Have you seen Kagemusha?
no.
That movie, hold on, let me get a picture of it. I mean, as far as Kurosawa visuals that look fake, hold on, let me see. Kagemusha. This is a frame from the movie.
Damn.
Like,
That's
it is... Here, there's another one.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, that movie does not look real. But it is fantastic. Yeah, Kurosawa, man. He's been on it. He did Dreams. The visuals in Dreams
I
were
really want to
fantastic,
watch
too.
Dreams.
Yeah, really great stuff he's done.
His movies are just entertaining as shit.
Yeah.
What's the one? Yeah, Yojimbo. That's my number 2.
Throne of Blood. Have you seen Throne of Blood?
Yes. Banger.
What a movie.
It's so good. Trey, you should watch Throne of Blood.
I made you watch Throne of Blood, right?
I don't remember.
I did.
Oh, you have
make
it at a
watch
4.
Blood. Yeah.
It's sick. And I love Macbeth, so yeah.
I apologize if I blew everything up. That's my bad.
What do you mean?
I feel like I imploded the entire episode.
No.
That's my
What?
bad.
No, dude, you
I'm just trying
didn't.
to think 'cause I haven't
We're
watched it in a while.
we just have to like get comfortable again with yelling at each other. You know, like when we first tried recording this episode, me and you two yelled at me about Fight Club.
Oh god, yeah, we did. Oh my god.
My half-star
find that.
Fight Club
We need
take.
to find that clip and stitch it into this episode.
I'll try.
All timer.
Should
Yeah,
we move
my
on to our
apologies.
next? No, Jagger, you don't have anything to apologize for.
I feel bad that
Should
I
we-
don't have more to say about Ron, but yeah, I haven't seen
That's
it in a
okay. It's been a while.
while. Yeah.
Judgment at Nuremberg, Evan.
Yeah, this shit blew me away. It is the pacing is nuts. It's a 3-hour courtroom drama. It's horrifying. They use real footage for these clips from I can't remember. Dachau, right? That's the name of the concentration camp. Yeah, it's horrifying and harrowing, but the performances are so insane in this movie, and everyone's
Yeah.
just getting 10-minute monologues.
Love
It's
me some
powerful.
Spencer Tracy.
Yeah. For those who don't know, because I hadn't even heard of this movie until we came up to it. It is about a set of judges at Nuremberg trying other judges. Well, it's like generals trying other judges from the Nazi Party who were enforcing the laws of the Nazi Party. And they're like, well, we were just following the rules. So did we really do anything bad?
Yeah.
And then it devolves into, yeah, fuck all the Jews. Like, we're Nazis. It's incredible.
Yeah, and that's the part where I was like, God, these characters are so hateable. Where it's
Yeah.
like, you get to a point where you're like, okay, all of you couldn't be like, yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah.
Some of you knew. And we're totally okay with it.
They do it
Like-
for a little bit, and then they're just like, boom, halfway through, or like 2/3 through. They just like, screw it.
Yeah, like, all of them are like, we didn't know. Oh yeah, we didn't know. We were just eating our strudel.
Yeah.
What? And like even these guys, like I refuse to believe you're like a top guy in the Nazi regime, and you're like, I didn't know they were burning all of the Jews. It's fucking bullshit, dude.
Trey, can I
Germany
ask you
sucks.
what accent that is?
That's my German accent. That is a extremely accurate German accent. Oh yeah, I'm from Germany.
Oh, that is pretty accurate. I had to think
Hell
about
yeah.
it for a second.
It's a gay German man.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's a German accent that's a bit zesty.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah, we are just eating our strudel. But yeah, that whole time they're like, we didn't know.
Yeah.
And we're all like, sure, bud.
The way it's
Sure.
shot is so like it's so tense, and you're like, dude, when they're interviewing, I can't remember what her name is now, but the girl, and it's like, did you sit on his lap? And you're sitting there and you're like, holy fuck, what's gonna happen? And it's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, there's so much tension in this movie, and it's just crazy. You have to watch it, Jagger. It's amazing. Yeah, I think it's absolutely incredible. I have it
Yeah.
at a 5. Trey has it at a 4. I want
is
to watch
true.
it again. Yeah, it's really. If you're in Canada, it's on Prime. So, yeah, All About Eve. It's time to talk about it. This one, I didn't know anything about it going into it. It. Don't worry about why they're laughing. Don't worry about that. It's really entertaining. It opens on this super electric scene of a bunch of people just pissed off with the main character, and you don't know why. You're like, what's going on here? And it's got this sick voiceover, and it feels like somebody's talking about the movie itself. Oh, it's so cool. The performances are great. The visuals are great. It's really well paced. It's really long. It's like 2.5 hours long. But I thought the pacing was good. It's like, it's just fun to watch the rabbit hole, knowing how it ends.
Yeah.
I had a great time with it. What's the lead's name? The two leads. Bette Davis and Ann Baxter, dude, they were so good.
Oh,
It's
Betty
Betty
Davis.
Davis.
Oh shit, my bad.
It's Betty Davis, you Canadian trash. Come on.
Wow.
USA! USA! Okay, alright. Evan, you know I'm playing. Man, I'm really...
You probably have to cut out, but
You're
I'm not
really
gonna say it.
racist today, Trey. You're
I'm
really
on a
it
roll,
today.
man.
How about that Cybertruck? You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ!
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not like we don't have our own problems.
Yeah.
Our soon-to-be president is a rapist, so...
Yeah. You see he's
Um,
getting
Ah.
sentenced on Tuesday or something on the 10th.
on
No,
the 10th,
he's-
like 4 days after he gets inaugurated as our
Yeah,
president.
he's
Ah!
in a few days. Not bad.
Is that when the
Yeah.
inauguration
Really
is?
bad.
The
Yeah.
6th.
Oh shit. Dude,
Like,
wait, it's on the
January 6th?
6th? That's crazy.
Oh, that's
That's
why
when
that
the
happened. Oh my god, yeah.
That's
I
crazy
forgot.
work.
I forgot. That's why that all happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think January? Because when he lost.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
You
I
know?
sort of just associated that as its own event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a crazy one.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. I hope he has a bad day today. Anyway, Joseph L. Mankiewicz. Oh, he directed the Cleopatra movie that was
Yeah.
like super controversial. I want to watch that.
It's also like 5 hours long or something.
Yeah, it's really long. 250 minutes. Probably better with than Gone with the Wind. Am I right? Though.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Fuck that movie.
Well,
that one sucks
not.
too.
Yeah, that one movie was ass.
Now Jagger can get on the racist train because in that movie. What an episode.
I do not condone its racism. It was a different. Unlike Trey,
Dude,
seems
it's
to
not
realize
even
that
like
it was a different
it's not
time.
even like that was okay for the time. It's like it was made after slavery was abolished, a significant time of distance between the abolition of slavery and Gone with the Wind. And
I
the
mean-
entire opening
Anyway.
sequence is like, hey, remember when America was really great and we all had slaves? Oh man, do
said-
we
I
miss
said-
that?
I do not condone any of the racial elements of this movie. I do just really like the love story.
Anyway, should we talk
Yeah.
about Marvel?
Yeah. All right. So
Sure.
we're starting. Wow, this has been an episode that's been all over the place. the return and the final episode of the Average Film Enjoyer. No, but what was that, Jagger? That was an odd sound. You know.
What are we starting with, Iron Man or Hulk?
Yeah, so, Marvel. Before we get into this, here's some things that make Marvel better than DC.
Stop.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
I'm in it. I'm in the universe.
No.
That's one.
Here, you are. You are. He is.
I am.
Jagger is in the
What the
MCU.
fuck?
And I'm not saying the MCU better than the DC universe. I'm saying Marvel better than DC. One thing. First thing.
Where's Batman?
Marvel,
Oh, never mind.
Marvel is based in real places. Easier to relate, right? Gotham isn't a real place. Metropolis isn't a real place. Central City isn't a real place. You know what is a real place? Manhattan, Los Angeles. I mean, Sokovia, that's not a real place. But, you know,
My favorite
it's
place,
fine.
Wakanda.
That's not a real place either. Laos is a real place.
It is.
Laos is Germany is a real place.
Yep.
And, you know, and
Welcome to Trey's
other
geography
thing.
class. He's just gonna list all the countries.
South Africa, that's a real place.
Jesus Christ.
Next thing that makes it better than DC, Marvel focuses more on the person than the superhero. Peter Parker is the main character. Spider-Man is his alter ego. Tony Stark is the main character. Iron Man is his alter ego.
They're the same.
Batman is the main character. Bruce Wayne is his alter ego. Superman is the main character. Clark Kent is his alter ego.
I feel like
Okay.
with Batman it depends.
No. Bruce Wayne is the true mask. Bruce Wayne died when his parents were shot in an alley. All right? I'm the comics connoisseur here, not you, Evan. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just gonna say you're wrong. But with that said, put yourself, it's the year 2008. We're just coming out of the housing crisis. Not many people have a lot of money. Up to this point, all of our superheroes have existed in their own singular universes. Right? You have your Nolan Batman movies. That's its own universe. You have your Superman movies. Own universe. Jagger, shut up, dude. The Nolan Batman movies are incredible.
Dark Knight 2.5. Woo.
That's not crazy.
Yeah. See, you get it.
No, I don't. I still have it at a 4.5, but it's the bottom of the Dark Knight trilogy for me.
Okay.
It's better than every movie in the MCU.
That's insane.
Maybe Guardians 3 is better, but
Winter Soldier
no.
is better.
No, it's
Civil War
Oh, great.
is better. The Avengers is better. Avengers Infinity War is better. Avengers Endgame is better.
Absolutely not.
Then which
Yes.
movie? The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Oh, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania
Fuck
is
off.
better.
Oh, no. Okay, we're getting sidetracked, dude. I have to get ready for work in an hour. And we still have 4 movies to talk about.
Oh, God.
It's 2008. So Kevin Feige says, I want to do something. I want to bring together a bunch of different separate stories and have them all in one. So, we get our first story. We get Robert Downey Jr. cast as Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. At this time, Iron Man is not that well known of a hero. You got your big Marvel heroes, you got your Spider-Mans, you got your Hulks, Captain America. Those are the X-Men. People know who the X-Men are. People know who the Fantastic Four are. Not many people outside of comic book nerds know who Iron Man is. Tony Stark, we get cast Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. had his chance. He fucked it up. Drugs, alcohol, all that stuff. This is his return. That's where we're starting. Could not have been a better casting. Tony Stark is just Robert Downey Jr., but richer and smarter.
Yeah.
Characters we get introduced to in this movie that will be returning or not. Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. Pepper Potts, played by Gwyneth Paltrow. What do we think of this casting? I think it's pretty good. I think Gwyneth Paltrow kills it, especially in this movie.
She matches his energy very well.
Yeah, very true. They're very complimentary characters. Happy Hogan, played by Jon Favreau, who not only directs this film, but also directs Iron Man 2. And does an excellent job, might I say.
Yeah.
We get Jeff Bridges as Obadiah Stane, a.k.a. the Ironmonger. Tony Stark built us in a cave! With a box of straws!
Just spat all over my screen.
Yeah, me too. This is an excellent film. That's not where I was going with this. My brain is so tired right now. We get introduced to Agent Coulson, Agent Philip J. Coulson, portrayed by Clark Gregg. We get introduced in our post-credit scene. We get introduced to the idea of the Avengers by Nick Fury himself, played by Samuel L. Jackson. And a group we get introduced to is the Ten Rings, which will come up later in Iron Man 3. our Stan Lee cameo of this movie is Stan Lee as Hugh Hefner, which is great. But getting that out of the way, what do we think of this movie?
I love this movie. This is like in my top 5 MCU. It's so much fun. It might be
Hell yeah.
like nostalgia bias, but Tony Stark is so fun. Watching him build this suit is just like a joy. The first time he flies out, dude, the shot when he's standing there and he fucking dodges the tank round and then he pulls his arm out and just boom and nukes the tank.
Yeah.
Forever will live in my head. It is so... There's so many iconic moments from this. The ending is like an all-timer. Always thinking about it.
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie. It's so entertaining and funny. It's really funny. And it looks great.
Yeah.
And the villain
especially
is
for
great.
2008.
Yeah, the villain's really good too.
Yeah.
Needle drops.
Yeah. Jagger?
2.5, it's fine.
Do you want to elaborate?
What are your problems with this movie?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I thought the writing was really meh, and I found it to be relatively unmemorable.
When was the last time you watched this? Did you watch it for this episode?
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta been like
Okay.
I don't know, month and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if without this episode, I would have forgotten I watched it. I think that's a good way to explain my thoughts on it.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't think about this movie at all. I think 2.5. It's a mid movie. It has things I liked about it in the moment, but nothing I really want to return to.
Damn.
Yeah, so we got I like it. I'm in between you guys. I'm at a 4-star. I think it's fun. I think it's my favorite Iron Man movie for sure. I think this is where we start getting introduced into our Marvel villain problem, which will be a huge topic of conversation going forward, is that Marvel introduces really good, solid villains and then kills them off right away, and we never see them again. Such as Ironmonger in this. Impressive! That's my Jeff Bridges imitation.
Also, dude, his aim, horrific. Because Tony's hanging on to that outline of that roof.
Yeah.
And it's like a stormtrooper, bro. He's just drawing a circle around him. It's crazy.
Yeah. We also get introduced to Rhodey in this movie, a.k.a. War Machine. In this movie, portrayed by Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
But yeah, good start to the MCU. It's fun. Has some iconic moments. Next up, The Incredible Hulk, which I'm excited because, Evan, what did you think of this?
I think it's fine. I think it's kind of boring.
So I'm excited to talk to Jagger about this because Jagger actually likes this.
Yeah.
So we get The Incredible Hulk. We get Edward Norton cast as Bruce Banner, a.k.a. the Hulk. We get William Hurt as General Ross. Liv Tyler, Evan's favorite, as Betty Ross. We get Tim Blake Nelson as Samuel Stearns, a.k.a. the Leader, who's one of Hulk's rivals from the comics, who it has been confirmed we will be getting him in future projects. Tim Blake Nelson coming back. We have Tim Roth as Emil Blonsky, who we have seen again in She-Hulk, but he plays Abomination. Those are the characters we get introduced to. We don't really have any returning characters except for Tony Stark at the very end. Jagger, tell me what you love about this movie.
I have this at a 3.5. It's a lot of fun. And I think that's my main point. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. The CGI is not the best. It has some cool moments with cinematography. I found myself kind of impressed with the fact that there were some moments that actually had solid cinematography. Which, just a quick call out here, I'm really excited for Captain America Brave New World. I've seen some clips of what it's been like posted about it, the trailers and stuff, and I think it looks really cool. So yeah, I think when a superhero movie utilizes its camera for good and tries to do inventive things with it, I always respect that, because especially with some of the more recent uh, superhero movies we've gotten, I found them to be incredibly bland, and they all sort of look the same uh, as far as camera work goes. And this one wasn't that. It felt like a little breath of fresh air. And yeah, like I said, I had a lot of fun with quite a good chunk of what this movie had to offer. And I really liked it for that.
Oh yeah,
Best Hulk design.
that is true.
Like that.
Throughout the entire MCU, this is the best Hulk.
Yeah. He
Not
looks
the
so
most-
good.
I think that the fight in Harlem is really fun.
I agree.
I think, yeah, I just think the Hulk we see in this movie is the best. Obviously, no Hulk is going to be comic accurate, because that's really hard to do. Because the way the Hulk works is the angrier and the more hurt he gets is the stronger he gets. So he's really like undefeatable in most cases. The name drops in this movie. Did you guys pick these up? There's two of them.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't remember.
So the first one is after the whole thing at the college. They're interviewing the kid on
Yes.
the news. And he's like, it was crazy. He was huge. He was green. It was like some kind of Hulk. Like, literally that kind of delivery.
Yeah.
And then the other one, Evan, do you know which one I'm talking about?
I don't remember the exact name, but it's like
Tim Blake
it's an
Nelson.
Abomination one.
Yeah, Tim Blake Nelson is like, I don't know what you already have in you. What comes out could be some kind of abomination.
Dude. Hell yeah, it's so good.
So, and our Stan Lee cameo in this, he dies, unfortunately, from gamma poisoning
Yeah.
Ooh.
from Bruce Wayne's blood. Those are our first two.
Bruce
Some
who?
solid starts. Oh, and we get a Lou Ferrigno cameo as well, which is awesome. The original Hulk.
Damn true. It's crazy. Name dropping Bruce Wayne. Thinking about DC while we're talking about Marvel.
What?
You said Bruce Wayne's blood.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
you?
shit. Batman's
I
on
didn't
my
even
mind,
notice.
dude. Batman's
Yeah, he's
always on my mind.
Always on mind. Yeah.
Yeah, first two Marvel films, really solid. Iron Man
I have-
2,
I think I have Incredible Hulk at like a 3.
yeah, I have it at a 4. Jaggers at a 3.5.
Yeah.
We gotta, yeah, I feel us fading. We're gonna bust through
got
these last
two
two
more.
because
Yeah.
I can feel. I felt Jagger fading for the last 20 minutes, and
Dude, it's only and I'm 3 hours ahead, man.
What
If you
time
guys
is
are
it?
fit, 6:14.
Oh, it's yeah.
I woke
I gotta
up
go to
12
work
hours
at.
ago.
I work at 5.
Here's what I'll say about Iron Man 2. It's kind of fun, but there's like the climax of this movie is so boring and like non-existent.
The final
it's
fight.
just them fighting 100 fucking robots. Like it's not very entertaining. The Formula 1 scene is sick as shit. It is so
Agreed.
awesome. The suitcase suit up will never not be cool. It is so awesome. I love that shit. Elon Musk is in this movie for some reason.
True.
Of course. dude.
It's fine. It's not bad. I gave it a 3, I think, or 2. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It just has like the villain is also Mickey Rourke is just not that good in it. Like he's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So cool villain, but like just the dialogue is really bad. His dialogue's terrible.
Yeah. Jagger, what about you? Iron Man 2 thoughts?
I haven't rewatched Iron Man 2 or Thor since I was like 10, but I do not remember liking Iron Man 2 at all. I remember hating it. So, as far as I can remember, not very good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Some big notes for this movie. We get our first recast. This was Don Cheadle is cast as Rhodey instead of Terrence Howard. This is because of creative differences. The story is Terrence Howard thought he should be being paid more than Robert Downey Jr., and they refused to do that, so Terrence Howard left, and they cast Don Cheadle. There's actually, if Evan, I don't know if you picked this up, a really fun moment in the movie when Don Cheadle shows up. He says, "It's me. I'm here. Let's get over it. Let's move on." I think that's really smart and really well done by Jon Favreau as a way of like being like, "Yep, it's happening. We're done.
Awesome.
Let's move on." I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a really good way of handling that recast.
Really like that.
Characters we get introduced to. We get introduced to Black Widow. Natasha Romanoff, played by Scarlett Johansson. Really great character. Whiplash, a.k.a. Anton Vanko, played by Mickey Rourke, as Evan already said. And then the best character in this movie, Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer. Oh my god. He is such a douche in this movie. It is so entertaining. He is the best part of this movie, in my opinion. Returning characters, obviously, we have Pepper, we have Happy. We see Coulson again, Nick Fury. This movie, we also get a big thing in the MCU is alluding to other MCU movies, to future projects. This is where we first see that. We get Agent Coulson talking about being needed in the Southwest region, aka New Mexico, aka where all the stuff in Thor happens. So we get our first little Easter egg in the MCU. And yeah, the post-credit scene is Coulson finding Mjolnir in the desert.
You get Hawkeye's in this, right? He's in this one, right? Or is that Thor? No,
that's Thor. So, moving on.
Black Widow's in this one, right?
Black Widow is in this one. Yeah, and there's that really funny scene of her, like, just clearing the hallway while Happy's beating up that one guy, and he's like, I got him! And then he looks down, and there's, like, 12 guys just strewn about the floor.
Yeah. It's a fun time.
That was really good.
It was better than I remembered.
Yeah. And I think we get some solid character development from Tony Stark here. That's enjoyable to watch. Thor, directed by Kenneth Branagh, who directed the shit out of this movie, let's be honest.
It's pretty sick.
Characters we get introduced to here. We get introduced to Thor, obviously, played by Chris Hemsworth, who does an excellent job. Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston. We get introduced to Hawkeye. Which at this point we've met almost all the Avengers, but Hawkeye's in this movie. We get introduced. The Stan Lee cameo in this movie is classic. Where he rips the bed off his truck trying to pull Mjolnir out of the ground. Odin, played by Anthony Hopkins.
I love him. It's such a good casting.
It really is. Jane Foster, Eric Selvig, and Darcy, played by Natalie Portman, Stellan Skarsgård, and Kat Dennings, respectively. Lady Sif and the Warriors 3. Frigga, Heimdall, all that stuff. Evan, what do we think of this movie?
I was dreading rewatching this because I had only seen it once. Saw it in theaters when I was like, I don't know, whatever year this movie came out, 10, 11. And I had a good time. Yeah, you said, like, the visuals are really good. The camera works great. It has some color. Couple J.J. Abrams lens flares. I love that shit. I like... Chris Hemsworth does a really good job at being, like, super unlikable at first because he's so over-the-top cocky and like, oh, this is my fucking shit. Like, let's go to war. And it's really entertaining and like all love to hate kind of thing, like the opposite
Yeah.
of Captain America.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, it was way better than I remembered. It's like pretty low key, you know. Get it?
Oh.
Loki.
Yeah. Like no world-ending catastrophic shit, really.
Jagger's
Which is, like-
basically asleep at this point.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I'm glad I rewatched it, and I would watch it again. Like
Yeah.
it's a really good time. It was way better than I expected. Performances are good. Natalie Portman, I love her. Yeah.
Yeah, I
have it
think
at a 3.
you can-
I don't have. I was gonna say I don't have that much to say about it. Like it's a good time.
Yeah.
It was better than I expected.
Kenneth Branagh is like a classically trained actor, Shakespeare, all that
Yeah.
stuff. And I think that's why he was the best choice to direct this. It has a very Shakespearean feel to it. And I just eat that shit up. I love
Yeah.
it. I think the score is really good. That's something we haven't talked about yet. With Iron Man 2 has a great score, but I think the score in this is really, really fun.
Yeah.
Very fantastical. We get a Hulk Easter egg in this. I don't know if you picked it up on it, Evan.
You'll have to tell me again. It's a bit.
Oh man, it's like the three like Jane, Eric, and Darcy are all talking, and he's like, they're like,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
after Shield takes all their stuff, and he's like, I knew this scientist who was
Yeah.
into some really cool stuff with gamma radiation, but then he
remember that, yeah.
disappeared. Bruce Banner.
I forgot how many plugs they had to other characters and movies in these first few Marvel movies. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
And I like it a lot.
Well, and they plugged Captain America and Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a great start, you know? Some really fun stuff here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us on the Average Film Enjoyer today. We hope you enjoyed your time, and
Quick plug.
yeah.
You can find me in the next week or two on the Film Friends podcast talking We Live in Time. I got invited on there, hosted by George Mahoney. It'll be me and Toby Sharp talking. Toby Talks Movies, talking about We Live in Time.
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Go
Nice.
check that
I
out.
started following that guy recently.
The
Toby
George or
or
Toby?
George?
George. And he
George?
started
Yeah.
slandering the Beast immediately. And Dune and all that. And I was like, gotcha.
All right.
But he
Well, thank you
loves-
for joining us today.
He loves
We'll
TV
see you
Logo.
next week, next Wednesday. Yeah.